Welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching. The comments, the compliments, and all the feedback, we really appreciate it. And also, please consider pushing the notification button so when we post the new videos you can actually see them. And today we are going to talk about the onions that we are growing and just giving you an update of where we are right now. And this has been a journey and very interesting one. And this is when we went to buy the seedlings. We started with the seedlings and we got our seedlings in Harare, and that is the onion seedlings. And this was the land preparation for the onions before we started doing them. We did not use up the whole place. We actually used a small area, and as you can see, those are the seedlings of the onions when we first transplanted them, and not much of a big place of that. And we have over 30,000 onion plants that we have. And as you can see, and right there they look lifeless, but that's what it is and how they look when you first transplant them. And right there now you can see they're a little bit more lively, and that's the onions coming along, and now they are growing. And with these onions, the variety is the Irrigation, and Irrigation is a product of stuck ice, and it's actually a game changer when it comes to onions. It's a hybrid onion. It's a short day onion. When I say short day onion, it means that it only requires and works well on shorter days, and this makes it a perfect plant for winter time, because in winter we have short days and long nights. So that's the onions coming right along. And really this type of onion variety is very popular in Zimbabwe and Zambia, and it's also in early maturity. And as you know, when I talk about smart farming, I'm always talking about the hybrid, early maturity, or indeterminate, high value cash crop. So this is what we are talking about. So with this variety, it hits the high value cash crop, it hits the early maturity, it's also a hybrid. So this is what I'm talking about. And the other advantage of the Irrigation is that the onions are also uniform, and it is known for the high yields, and it also has an excellent storage quality. Those onions, the other thing that I love is like they have a longer shelf life, which makes it ideal, so that even if the market is not as good when you harvest, you can actually be able to keep them a little longer and wait for the market prices to be a little bit favorable for you as a farmer. But anyway, these are the onions coming right along. And as you can see right there, those are the tomatoes that you can see in there in the onions. Remember, I talked about how we ended up having some tomatoes germinating in our onions from the previous Royal Plus tomatoes that we had. So we had to pull up those seedlings and transplant them. And we have about 3,000 tomato plants from these Royal Plus. And now it will be an F2. But we're not talking about those tomatoes right now. I'm just showing you where we were taking them from. And you can see those are the tomatoes we were pulling out and transplanting. But anyway, our onions are getting right along. And with our irrigation, we do the drip irrigation, and we also do the overhead. And our overhead, we actually use the Aquamaster. And Aquamaster is just similar to sprinklers, and they make our onions grow very well, because I think onions, they do very well when you do both overhead and also the drip irrigation. And this is the onions coming right along, and next to it is our carrots, but now we are actually harvesting them now, so there are not as many carrots as you can see in this video. And our onions coming right along, and because of us using the Aquamaster for the overhead, we actually were getting a little bit more weeds, and so we have to actually go in between and just weed out so that the plants will continue growing very well. So we usually use our help, the general help from the community. They will come in and they will do it per day. As you can see, the weeding was done and there are no weeds in right now. And so we just continuously do the weeding as much as we can without disturbing the plants as well. But our onions, they are coming right along. And really right now at the market, the onions are doing very well. The people who have onions right now, they are making good money because right now it's $1 for 8. But we don't know how it's going to be when we harvest ours. So we are just praying that, the prices will be favorable for us. And like I said, we have also a good storage quality for this type of onions, so we can even hold up on our crops if we have to, on our harvest, the onions, if we have to, until the prices are more favorable for us. But as you can see, growing right along, and it's excellent. We are just excited about these onions, and by the time we're going to be taking these onions, we will also be harvesting the tomatoes. So we will have both onions and tomatoes going to the market, and we are excited about that. But anyway, so please, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, any suggestions, please feel free to send them to us. And we're just wanting to give you an update of what we are doing, and we have over 30,000 plants. And what we are doing is not the best way. That doesn't mean that this is the only way to do it. We are just sharing our journey. This is what we are doing at our homestead, and we are just trying to focus on the high value crops, the hybrid and indeterminate. But for onions, they cannot be indeterminate because you just have to harvest them, and the shelf life is also longer. So we focus on that. And thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.